Y'all are way more wide awake than I am, I can tell you that. Whew. Good morning. Good morning, Chrissy. Good morning, Brian. Y'all are way more wide awake than I am. Wow. Rookie mistake number 3. Good morning, Chrissy, Brian, Jeff, Jesse. How you doing? Allie Brooks. Good morning, James. Tuesday, April 9th. Teresa, good morning. Don, good morning. Linda, good morning. I am not awake. I don't know how I made it in here. At all. At all. I gotta wake up. You know what I need? Stick myself in the eye with my glasses. Thank you for the cup, Tommy Walls. Joe. It's that first sip. I'm telling you. It's that first sip. You're looking live at JTH Construction Studio. Get a hold of Joe for all your construction needs. 765-913-8599. Jade, thank you so much, for yesterday. Gathered around, took care of us. We ate like kings. We had enough left over. We took to dispatch. Good morning, Reba. There's Trent. Morning, Trent. American Basement Solutions, Mr. Larry Ralph, Senior 1-877-409-2837. Fathom Real Estate with Teresa Messmer, 765-341-8911. Wellsprings, Mr. Bob Goodrum's Group, 765-342-6661. Good morning, Reba. How are you? Stids Comfort System, 765-346-0195. Get a hold of Caleb. There's the lovely Lorena Ringer. How you doing, Lorena? Tommy Walls, hello. Jack Like, hello. Livewire Electrical Consulting with Tommy Walls, 765-792-4012. Get a hold of Tommy. Trapper Tim's Nuisance Wildlife Removal and Pest Control, 765-913-7553. Logan's Cosmos, more about Logan here in a little bit. 765-318-3388. Wayman's Furniture, Appliance and Mattress. 765-342-4339. Good morning, Jack Like. How you doing, sir? The Yard Barber. Andrew Payton, 765-318-4108. Jay, the food was delicious. It was warm. I want one of those containers to do for ourselves for future. That was awesome. Food stayed hot. It was awesome. Worked out perfect. Hometown Nutrition, Martinsville, 765-315-0738. 2024 Paragon Homecoming Festival 100-year anniversary, 765-318-0899. August 30th through September 1st. HRC Heating and Cooling. Mention this ad and receive $50 off any service. 317-535-0322. Burpo's Tree Service, 765-346-5948. Get a hold of Jason Burpo. That's all we got. I'm tired. Long weekend, but an unbelievable weekend. A lot of amazing stuff. And if any of you follow last night's rant and raving on here by me, I am good. Thank you for having this broadcast. Blessings. Thank you, Reba. I appreciate that. The little gal that I was speaking to about on from J2, her name has been tracked down. Her mom was watching the podcast last night. She said it on air, and I just did not see it, but her name is Quinn. And that's why if you look at my own page, I made a post and said, Quinn, I will, you're coming in studio. I will come there and go live with you and sit down and we can talk. She was adorable, and I will be happy to sit down with that little one and chit chat about dance and everything else. That makes it stuff. I'm good. Thank you for having that. Okay. But I got to do this right here first. I need about 3 gallons of this morning. Good morning, Seth. How you doing, sir? Hey, 8 o'clock tonight, 7 o'clock tonight, we got Dr. Applegate coming on. But at 8 o'clock, good morning, Bob. We have the award-winning book club show with Shelf Care, Logan Taylor. She will be here. She will be here live in studio for all you spicy book readers to giggle with and talk about hockey players and space cowboys for an entire hour. And Seth and I just look at each other like, whatever. Oh, my goodness. What a long weekend. What an amazing day yesterday. Opening day for Artesian Little League coming up Saturday. I may be involved in that. I haven't said no yet, but I haven't said yes yet. If they've moved on, I get it. They wanted me to do some of the opening ceremonies. It says a high of 70. I can't ever remember it being warm on opening day. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Trent. I stood at the corner of Main and Harrison a year ago, and it was the parade. Whatever. I'm out there with no jacket on and shorts. It was very nice out. No, if I do that, I have to already be there. I'll call you later and tell you what it is. I need to call them and give them an answer. Good morning, Christy. What an amazing day as far as... I'm not going to rant about... I ranted last night. I'm not ranting today. But it was just the eclipse itself was phenomenal. It was just weird. Made my eyes weird. It was like you had a pair on them 1970 aviators with the yellow tint, and you looked through that all day. And somehow it just kept getting darker. Made me feel weird. You're gonna miss it. I mean, Seth, you're only 4 or 5 blocks from us. You just come over and sit in. I feel bad for you. But this is probably go time for you guys on meetings as far as closing in. He can rewatch it. That is correct, Trent. It's always there. There's no excuse for not watching it. People are like, I didn't see the show. It's still there. You can watch it. It'll be fun tonight. Logan's excited. She hasn't been on in a while. So, anyway. I just thought it made me feel weird yesterday during that eclipse thing. I think I have to stay over today at work. Why? Good morning, Deborah. I think it was playing tricks on my eyes so much that it didn't get as dark as I thought it was going to. I don't know what you're talking about. You have to call me on that. I thought it was going to get darker for some reason, but they were like, well, the street lights came on at the fairgrounds. Oh, I was ranting. It might have been truthful and positive, but I was ranting. Or truthful and... I don't know. But I was ranting. Make no mistake. It was truthful. A lot of it. Didn't seem like it lasted for 4 minutes. Good morning, Deborah. Some people had a clock on it. Said it was a little short, but I heard no, it was right on the money. There's a satellite view that you can pull up, and it shows that shadow move across the entire. A positive rant, right, Reba? That entire shadow move across the country. It's very cool. There was a lot of that, Trent. That's for sure. I don't want to. Which does happen, by the way. Which does happen quite a bit. It's not that they're senile. They don't understand how it works. They don't check the timing of it. And I'll get people to put on there and start commenting to me. I'm normally it's at the night one, and I'm laying there in bed and I'm like, so and so responded to your video, and I'm like, punch up, and they're like, hey, how are you? Then a few minutes later, they're like, I saw that. What time are you going to be there? I'm like, wait a minute. They think I'm live. No opinions till then, exactly. Good morning, JB. A lot of people were watching from NASA's live, said that Indiana was the best view. When we woke up yesterday morning, the weather guys were like, dude, it's going to be phenomenal. The weather's changed a little bit. It's going to be phenomenal. And when we got over there, it was phenomenal. The satellite view will show that. There was just a huge opening in the clouds right for us. It was amazing. I'm not going to admit, that was amazing. I'm not as giddy as some folks to ever see it again. I don't have to see it again. I saw it. But it was amazing. I'm not going to lie. Trent, you're trying. I give you an A for effort. Well, it is going to rain for the next 3 days here, if that tells you anything, Trent. There is a bunch of rain to our south, if you look. There's a chance of rain next 3 days. It was pretty cool. I give it that. But I mean, I'm not a big $20.99 next total. I believe that is correct. I've seen so many different dates. But I believe the next total is $20.99. Good morning, Cody. It was a very interesting day, that's for sure. I'm just glad you didn't get raptured, Trent. Glad you're still here on Porch Time with me this morning. It was a lot cooler than I thought it would be. That seems to be the growing sentiment all day long. Yesterday was. I seen 2044, but I don't think that's a total, Jade. The growing sentiment was that was a lot cooler than I thought. I'm waiting for the lunar eclipse next year. Hopefully the sky is clear. I don't want to sound, I don't know. I just don't get into them that much. It doesn't, I know it's very cool to some people. But anything, okay. Anything that I have to trust a flimsy piece of paper made probably in some third world sweat house to look up and say, make sure you have that on, it'll fry your eyeballs. And people will put their faith in that, but not the Lord. I'm just like, okay, for starters, I don't like this. It's uncomfortable. But I just don't get into it that much. These guys did. These guys were all over it. It's a healthy thing to be in awe of something. Yeah, I'm not. My 5 and 6 year old were in awe. Little ones, I get completely. I've seen an eclipse now, a totality. Hello, Renee. And I'm good with not having to. I don't know. Am I mean by saying I don't have to see another one? I don't care to see another one. Everyone got along, yes. Trent, you should have come over and hung out with us yesterday. Good morning, Renee. No, I'm good with seeing the other one. All right. No, I'm not saying bah humbug. My second one had one in the 70s. There you go. That's why I like the lunar eclipse. No special glasses needed. Okay. Mr. Fields caught one in the 70s, and now this one. I'm not bah humbugging it. I'm not trying to take it from you. I just don't want to see another one. I don't. It's not on the list. It's not on the top 25. All right. Maybe not top 50 or 100. I don't have to have another viewing. I saw it. Very cool. Good morning, Nick. But I'm not saying I hope we don't have another one for you. Ebenezer. Bow on that eclipse. Nah, it is what it is. You ever go into the sun? Probably not. Any of us ever go into the moon? Probably not. Did you get to see them when they cross paths in the line with the Earth? Yep. Wasn't that pretty cool? Yep. You want to see it again? Probably not. Let's move on. If you want to see it, hey, I can give you 10 different dates I heard yesterday. I'm not being Ebenezer. I was really negative about it, but after experience it, I want to see another. Yes, there you go. I inspect welds. Visually, non-destructive testing. I do that. That's all I do all day. And I have to go back and cover my eyes in welding every day. So yeah. That's a valid point, Brian. That might be why I'm so blasé about even wanting to see another one. There you go. I know I'm being Ebenezer, and you guys can throw big stones at me this morning at 6:52 on April the 9th. It is Tuesday. Jade, a lot of people said the same thing as you. Thought it was very cool. I'd like to see it again. It was cool. Great time experience. Time to move on. Right, Nick? I get it. I get why some people want to have another. But I'm just, not so much. I don't have to. I don't have to see another one. Now, the folks that I had in my room last night, they will chase across the country. That's their forte. They would chase across the country. They got a really big kick out of it. They have a lot of expensive cameras that covered it, and they had a heck of a shot. And just was a very cool. I'd love to see the one you sent. I'd love to see the one you sent to me every day. What? You trying to entice me this morning? Good morning, Mr. Belt. Oh, the one I sent you on Messenger. That's a meme, and it's floating around there. And if you've not seen it, good morning, John. So yeah, glad it happened. Very happy for everybody in this area that needed good weather to see it, and we saw it. It wasn't the sun and the moon thing I was impressed with. It was what downtown looked like when I got dark. The vibe was awesome. Yeah, you did not. That's funny. It was a weird vibe. It was a different vibe. It was a different altogether. Just a different feel, wasn't it, Jade? Like I said, it looked like you were looking through pair of 1970s aviator glasses. Apocalyptic. I can't talk. But yes, it was the 70s vibe for the eyes, and it's yellowy, and you're like, what is going on? Apocalyptic. I'm going to say that this morning. Tongue's not working. Apocalyptic. Good morning, Pam from Illinois. Spit it out, Junior. I'm telling you. Couldn't get it. It was just a weird feeling. But definitely the yellow aviator tent vibe. And we had one little dog in our area, and the dog went kind of wacko for a minute. And that's not a lie. Brains did. Yeah, brains did sound good for a minute. Nah, not any time did I ever desire someone's gray matter. Nope. Matter of fact, I stepped out of it and sat back down in my chair and was just kind of taking it in. I am more that type of a person when something like that's going on. I will step out and watch more so than participate when something like that's going on. August 23rd, 2044. It starts in Greenland around sunset and can be seen in Montana and South and North Dakota, according to Google. Thank you, Deborah. Our two Great Danes went crazy. I can see that. Some of these pets went a little haywire. What I thought was cool is you went from pitch daylight to darkness. You could see, and the street lights came on there at the fairgrounds, but you could still see some of the stars in the planet, and you could hear some nighttime bugs. And we saw a bat. Hello, Sarah and Desi. We saw a bat flying around. Jeff pointed that out, and I was like, okay, I'll go home. I don't care about your precious eclipse. If that bat gets near me, all bets are off, kids. Yeah. It was just a weird vibe. Jade hit it. It was a weird vibe. I'm not saying it was a scary vibe or a bad vibe or even a good vibe. It was just a weird vibe. And I checked that off the list. And after last night, I don't have to revisit that part of the list. And I'm not dogging people that want to. Right? That, yeah. That I believe so. I would be spot on, John. Good morning, Steve. Hello, Keaton. You're up bright and early. What, are you heading to formation? Do you even do formation in the Navy? What do you do in the Navy in the mornings? You guys, no. Did very many people come to the fairgrounds? No. A bunch of people looking up got mooned. Yes, they did, JB. I would say less than 30, maybe 40 at the fairgrounds. Around the back. Well, maybe a little more than that. But nothing you could... No. So not very many, but there's 50 at the tops. There's a family over there of like 9 playing kickball or baseball or something. There's maybe 10 of us, not counting us. There's probably 50 others. There's probably about 15 of us. No one was at the high school, like zero. Didn't they charge for $20? That whole thing got crazy, and we got involved in that, and I didn't like it because Mac had posted something, and then we got a message from another individual, and then we had to stop this and do that. Thank you, Nick. God bless you, sir. Have a great day. Straight up 7 o'clock on this Tuesday morning. And I didn't know what happened with that. I just was like, I'm going to stay away from that. That's none of my business. Y'all want to argue? Have at it. It's called a mustard quarters for us. You get to go get inspected. They put a plan of the day out for the Sailor's Creed. You say the Sailor's Creed, then go out your day. Huh. Good morning, Chuck. We would call it mustard every now and then. Get information. Hey, we got a muster at 6:30 or something like that. We didn't do our creed though in the morning. No. We didn't need to remind ourselves every day of what we're doing. It's funny. East Coast Navy, ships in the water. Gotta love that. Got to love that. Every day. I didn't know you did it. I didn't know you did it every day. I wasn't for sure. Could you see any of the clips over there in South Carolina? Or, excuse me, Newport News? Could you see any of it? Yeah, but I heard they were charging, but I don't think anybody took the bait. You guys probably didn't see any of the clips. It probably maybe got dark, maybe a little bit, but not a whole lot. I don't know. It was a fun day. And worst thing about the day is you got to hang out with family and friends and barbecue and cook out and just have a good day. I was a total of one. I could tell it got a little dark, but I was on the folk and couldn't really see outside beside the portholes. All right, buddy. I was just asking. But it was a beautiful day, weather-wise. And you get to spend it with family and friends on a Monday, which many of us got out of work. Well, at least you got to see maybe a smidgen of it, Keaton. Make 1,000. It was a good day. Holy cow. But is that, are you being, all right, I got to ask, are you being sarcastic because you had to work your tail off or because you made 1,000 burgers? That's good money for the company. Good morning, Jeff. 1,000 burgers seems like a lot. I took that thing back in there last night and I didn't see you, but I think, I'm sorry, I forget his name. He grabbed it. And I think that's your husband. Am I saying that correctly? Don't yell at me if I didn't. But yeah, I was like, tell Jade I said thank you. I enjoyed it, but put almost no effort to see it. Just went outside. Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to work at it. Could have put your glasses on and walked out, got some suntan, and enjoyed it. But I mean, I saw videos of people hanging out. It was like Memorial Day weekend at the beginning of April. Hello, Kathleen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jade. Dustin, I couldn't think of it. I didn't make 1,000, maybe like 120. I was there. That's a lot of burgers, though. And the burgers that you made us. No, the one little dog just went haywire around us for like a scant minute. Just kind of lost his, like he went, dude, what's going on? But the food that you made us at 5 o'clock in the afternoon was still warm to the touch from being in that container. I'm not lying. Like, you could put your hand on it and feel heat. Still in that container, still in the box. That's crazy. That's why we didn't mind taking. Yeah, is that whatever that's called? Yeah. Hello, Mama Bake. Whatever that thing's called, it kept them warm. I mean, that's why we didn't mind taking it to dispatch. Because they're warm to the touch still. 3 hours later, I'm going to dip, get my morning routine done. Take it easy. Keaton, have a good day, buddy. Love you. Be safe. Enjoy your mustard this morning. Good morning, Tanya. Morning, Mama Bake. Good morning, Brandy. It is April 9th. It just doesn't seem right. 7:05. It's going to rain. Going to rain, folks. Lots of rain to our south. Rain off and on for the next couple of days. Coming in tonight at 7 o'clock, we have Dr. Brandon Applegate. Then at 8 o'clock, we have Logan Taylor, Shelf Care, with her book club. Spicy hockey players and Cowboys. 9. Can't beat it. It's not too bad. Not a bad time, Keaton. So, all you moms that read those books and rate them on the spice level, which I didn't know that. I didn't understand that. Tune in tonight at 8. Dr. Applegate? Yes. He's been a doctor. He has a degree. He has a degree in medicine, I believe, for I can't, his title is about that long. And I've got it somewhere. Tune in tonight, everyone. Pam, you have a great day, dear. Thanks for always tuning in from us. All the way to over in Illinois. She tunes in, and listens to us ramble on about silly stuff over here. She's from here. Big good day be in the woods. I've seen people carrying big old bags out. And I would say we got to be about halfway this week. But I'm assuming we still have more because they started early this year. I would say the season's going to stretch a little longer, but today probably would be a fantastic. Last night was the first real warm night we had in a while. It's still in the 60s. Am I incorrect in saying that right now, or is it in the 40s? Which I was kind of shocked at the temperature when I punched up. I thought it said 61. I was like, 59. So yeah, that's a pretty warm night. Good for shrimming. That is a fact. You might have to take a chainsaw with you to get him out of there this morning. It may even extend due to that little last cold snap, possibly. Nothing like a big pile of yellow sponge. What do you know about the fundraiser the police are doing for the little girl? I know I got to get Caleb in here. As far as I know, it's just touch a truck, and there's just a lot of stuff that going on that day. I don't know if it's a set fundraiser, so to speak, but it's donations and things like that. He may have changed that. I've been so enthralled with this. I'm going to message him tonight and try to find a day to get him in here and talk to him about it. But anyway, we can help that little gal. Of course, we're going to be on it. So as soon as I find something out, we will go from there. Good morning, Jason. But yeah, Caleb Merriman's doing a wonderful job with that, and looking forward to at least having him in and talking about. Hello, Angie. Talking about. Hello, Misty. Good morning, Misty. And JB, and if once I hear anything, I'll let you know. I don't know enough of it yet to really. I just know why he's doing it, and she's a wonderful little gal. Morning, Misty. Tuesday, April 9th. We're zipping right along, folks. Masters week. Am I incorrect? The Masters start this week? All gone. I was a good boy, good gold star. Already at work. Got a girl. I am master start this week. It ought to be interesting. Good morning, Connie. I want to see Tiger win one more and then call it quits. That's my own opinion. May not be a popular opinion, but that's what I root for. Now, I don't stop watching it because he checks out or gets hurt or whatever. Because the whole fake after you realize how much doctoring they do to that place to get it to look pristine as they do, boo hiss, Jason. It's not even sand. They paint the grass. The flowers, I think, are brought in some occasions. I'm just like, no, don't tell me these things. I want this little piece of paradise to be real. It's not. It's all doctored. Every bit of it. The bird sounds are fake. I'm like, don't. You just told me Santa Claus wasn't real. The Easter Bunny's fake. The Tooth Fairy's not real. There is no Great Pumpkin. I mean, you just pulled them all at one shot on me. So, yeah. Regardless, it's still an amazing tournament. And regardless if it's all doctored, the place is magnificent. And I love watching the coverage of the Masters in the tournament. That's probably the only one that I follow that closely. Bigfoot is, though. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Fields. Good morning, Brian. You're exactly, Christy. We got to unhide that. They're yelling at Christy. Hang on. Because Christy said a no-no word. Good morning. I'm running late, getting ready for the doctor's appointment. Connie, you're fine. Hope everything's all right and your doctor appointment goes very well. We are winding down here. We got about 8 minutes. Yeah, but it's not. Look it up. They do a lot of doctoring to get that place to look in the way they do. What got me was the bird noise. I was like, are you serious? Maybe I made sure I spelled it wrong. Yeah, well, it's okay. We're not going to hold that against Christy. Good morning, McKenna. But yeah, once I found that out, I was like, are you kidding me? Why mess with even the bird noise? Why you can't get birds to come there and chirp? Is it that bad? So, good morning, Brian. Tuesday, April 9th. We're zipping through springtime. I don't even know how quick. I don't know. It seemed like we went from, good morning, dear. How are you, McKenna? We went from January to this day. Boom. Normally February, March takes forever, but it did not. So, winding the show down here. We got about 6-7 minutes left before we all head off to work on this beautiful Tuesday. It's going to rain, folks. It's going to rain for the next couple days off and on. And that's okay. The older you get, the faster it goes. That is 100% true, John. That is 100% true. But see, I'm not counting birthdays anymore, so I'm going to stay right here. I have one coming up next month. Good morning, Angie. Hey, I'll say this one time. Natasha. That's not what I was going to say one time, but I'll get to that in a minute. Natasha, good morning, dear. How are you? I have not seen your gorgeous face in a while. I'm just going to say what everybody's going to say. Hey, got to go. Work calls, make a phenomenal day. Love you, Chrissy. Be careful. Have a great day. I'm just going to say what everybody else says or wants to say. I miss seeing your gorgeous face and your lovely workers down there at Brain Chills. Nothing against who's in there now. Even though I've not went in there now, I actually tried. They were closed, so I gave them a shot. But that's Brain Chills to me. And I want to see my lovely ladies at the register, and I want to be able to give Natasha crap when she comes out and yells at me about something. But that's just me. Good morning. Have a great day. Sarah, you as well. That's my own opinion. Definitely did not having Brain Chills right. It was just a different, I don't know. I could walk in there. They could have 900 people. We had a good rapport. I had a good rapport with him. My brother had a great rapport with him, clearly. Because, they called him Sir Timothy, and they called me, what do you want, Kevin? But it just was a different feel for me. I could walk in there, and not because I demanded it or wanted it, but we were just like family to them. That's the easiest way I can say it. Half the time I didn't even get my order out. They knew what I wanted. Or I didn't care what I ordered. They were going to get me what they thought I needed that day anyway. And that's okay. It was a family thing to me. I agree with that, Natasha, 100%. I mean, there were times when I would come in there and I'm in the feisty mood, I'm giving Chloe or Taylor some crap, or the new girl, because it's the new girl and she doesn't know me, and she's like, who's this jerk? And so she goes back and says something, and I see Natasha peek over the wall, and she's like, oh, and so she comes out instantly, and then there's people there. Hey, mister, I got to talk to you. And these people may not know me. They may not know what's going on. Jeff Jesse, thank you, sir. And you as well will always be family, Natasha. And so her and I are going back and forth. I'm like, I hope these people understand that this is just our interaction with a daily, every day, This is what we do. Good morning, Jessica. So yeah, that was it felt like home there with individuals that work there, in and out of work. Yes, always happy-go-lucky. In and out of work, and especially at that facility. And so when I drive past there every day, because I have to, because it's on my way home, and going to work. Jessica, how are you, dear? Anyway, it's always nice to see your voice, see your face on here, Natasha. Love you. You know that. And if you need anything, get a hold of me. I got to get you back in studio because I know you got stuff going on, because I know how that brain of yours works. You got something stirring. You got something going on, and I know what it is. Good morning, Caitlin. Trent leaves and Caitlin gets on. I don't know what's up there. Love you too, dear. Thank you. Have a great day, Natasha. Stay out of trouble. 7:18, 2-minute warning. Hey, real quick, I'll say this one time, and hopefully not all of them will hear it, but as a Hoosier fan, we grew up to despise Purdue. Different era. As a basketball fan, it did hurt to see them not win it. Because like any university, these guys have tried and tried and tried and tried and put it all together. And last night they couldn't get over the hump. But it's a very, very, very good, talented, extremely well coached UConn team. So feel bad for my Purdue fans this morning. That's why I did not rub it in last night. Because I don't think you're going to get one within the next 7 to 8 years now. At least you're back with everybody else now. It's wide open. You were one of the 3 or 4 favorites the last couple of years that could easily have won it. Last night, I think you got out coached. That's a big thing. Y'all have a good day. Need to get busy. You as well, Misty. We're down with 1 minute. But anyway, Feel bad for my Purdue fans. I had Zach and a few of them message me last night. Carl. And they knew that it wasn't going to go well after about 10 minutes. So, anywho, it is Tuesday. I know it feels like a Monday because yesterday was an amazing day across central Indiana, but it is actually Tuesday, and the rest of the world was at work yesterday. We got to go back today. You guys go out and have a wonderful day. I'll be back on tonight with two. Needs her to be on porch about her candy. I thought she has been on not in studio about the candy, but we have when she first started. We have talked about that, the freeze dried. I thought she came on air for something we talked about it, Tanya. Wasn't it during it? Didn't we have a fundraiser when that first got released? Anyway, bring that up tonight. 7 o'clock, Dr. Applegate. 8 o'clock, self-care with Logan. Love you guys. Have a great day. It's like a Monday all over again. I swear to it. We'll see you tonight. Love you guys.